Hi there, my name is Ian Duncan. I do tech tutorials and app reviews, and so it's been a while since 2013. A lot has changed in the Android industry and also in Samsung. So can you try and imagine using a 2013 software version in 2022? And I'm talking about the Android 4.4.2, which is the Kitkat. Right now, when we have the Android 12, and this device right here, the Samsung Tab 4 SMT231, runs on the Kitkat version of Android, which is the 4.4.2. And so stick around the video, and we are going to be going over its specs, and some of the stuff is actually interesting and you don't want to miss that. So, as I said, this was released back in 2014. This is the 7-inch version of it, and they were released with the 7-inch, the 8-inch, and the 10-inch. These costed around $269, but right now you can get this one for actually less than $100. And after this video, you're gonna know why it has become so cheap. And yeah, let's get into it. The whole purpose of tablets is having a bigger screen for you to work on, maybe writing or stuff, or most especially watching videos, rather than watching on your rather small display on your phone. So right now, with a good Samsung tablet, with the latest ones, you can get a display of around 2500 by 1600 display, with a ratio of 16:10. This also has a ratio of 16:10, but this one has a 800 by 1280 display, which means it can only watch maybe in YouTube you can watch up to 720p and cannot watch HD content that is 1080p or higher. But that doesn't really mean that it can't watch. It can watch, but it struggles a lot. As you can see in this video, I'm playing a 1080p video and it's struggling, and every time it keeps on buffering. It's really struggling, and even when I try to play 4K video, you can't even get any motion of it. You can just see pictures. But talking about the picture that is right there on the 4K display, I can say that the display looks very good. I love the way, even though it's not be able to deliver that fluent video, it can be able to produce such good quality video, and you can be able to experience that, to see that picture with such a good quality. That is really good about that. So I have to give credit about that. And about the display also, this has a 374 nits of brightness. But talking about that is actually it's actually so bright. So this right here is the iPhone 7, and compared to it, this has a 705 nits of brightness. And if you compare the two, as you can see, the Samsung Tab 4 has a way brighter display, and that is really good because the viewing angles are so good, and even when you're out in the day, you can be able to view it with direct sunlight, and that's one thing Samsung is really good at. The display is really good. So I said that it struggles a bit watching 1080p video, but another reason that can be contributing to it is the memory on this device. So let's talk about that. The memory on this is so small. It actually has a 1.5 GB RAM and 1.2 gigahertz processor. That is a really slow device, and that is why it might lead to it lagging while watching those higher types of videos like 1080p video on YouTube. And also the storage on this is the 8 GB version, but most of it is taken up by the default Samsung apps, which always come with it, which I never like about them. Something to save the day is that it has a memory card slot that you can use. But the small RAM, I tried to test this by comparing it to the iPhone 7 by downloading this game called Subway for Surfers. But you're gonna talk about gaming later on in the video. I downloaded the app, I downloaded the game, and I tested them head to head for the time taken for them to load up. And as you can see, the iPhone takes so much less time to load up than the Samsung. And yeah, that's something about it. It's not a fast device. And yeah, and it's not only about apps loading up. Even when you're in some apps, it crashes so many times, and that's something about it that's a disadvantage. But you can't really complain. It's a 2014 device and a lot has changed. If you're finding this interesting, please consider leaving a like on the video. It really helps out the channel. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more reviews like this. So the graphics on the game look rather decent. Comparing this to my phone, as you can see around the edges, on the iPhone 7 it's more crisp. but on it, it's not that crisp as you'll expect. It doesn't offer the best quality, and the gaming experience feels rather decent, not as smooth as you would expect. And sometimes even while playing the game, you might fail because of the app lagging. You may be able to miss a turn or fail because of the lag on it. It's not that fast, and the gaming experience is not that bad or not that good, so somewhere in the middle over there. But obviously you can't expect to play high-end games on these, and probably they're not even on the Play Store. And talking about that, the software version of this, as I said, is the 4.4.2. You can't update to any higher version than that. And another question that you might be expecting considering that software version is, can you use the most common apps on this device? So I went ahead and downloaded Instagram. Instagram is still there on the Play Store, but it's still on the old design. Right now a lot has changed. As you can see, the notification panel is still down there, which is supposed to be up there. Also the plus icon, which is usually up there, the one you use for posting stuff, is also up there. And when you click on it, it doesn't have the latest features that we have now, where you can post reels and stuff. This is still on the old version of it, and that's something you don't like about it. But you still have the basic Instagram experience. If you're just there to talk to people and see posts, you can still have that. But one thing that I noticed is that you can't see the explore page on this, and I don't know why. Maybe it's not supported anymore, but yeah, you have no explore page on this, and that's something I don't like about it. And another app that I tried is looking at Twitter. Twitter is not even on the Play Store anymore on this device, but they have Twitter Lite. I tried to look for an editing app, such as InShot, which is among the basic ones, but it's not there, so you can't even use editing on these tablets. And one of the most common things about tablets is obviously watching videos, and you expect YouTube to work on these. But when you open YouTube, it tells you that this version of YouTube is out of date and no updates are available for your device. So you can only use the browser version of YouTube. So you can't really use YouTube on these. You have to go all the way to the browser version, which is not that much of a good experience, especially on a tablet. Another thing to talk about is the camera on this. I don't expect somebody to be using this for a camera, because the camera is not good at all. The front camera has a 1.3 megapixel, and the back camera has a 3 megapixel camera. I expect that you can only use the camera on this for stuff like video calls. These are some of the pictures I took with the selfie camera, and obviously they are not that good, but I have to give credit because this picture was taken at night, and I expected worse because I didn't expect it to adjust the lighting that well. But yeah, and also the video you're going to watch right now next, I was recording on this. One thing that I can say I'm impressed about is the audio quality on these. It doesn't have so much background noise, and I like the way it's clear. Yeah, that's something I really love about it. And we haven't talked about how it looks. The design is kind of basic, and nothing so interesting about it apart from the front. I kind of love how the front looks like. It looks rather decent, but the back, nothing much interesting. The camera is centrally placed. Right now most cameras are right at the top left, right there. The back is made of plastic with a rather rough experience, which feels nice to me, and I kind of like that about it. Talking about the battery life on this, I can say that it's rather good. It has a 4000 milliamp battery. Something interesting is that I actually charge this once a week, because I only use it for writing scripts, and I only charge it once a week, and it's rare for me to charge it, so I love the way it doesn't lose battery life. If you want to know if it is still worth it to buy the iPhone 7 in 2022, click on the video on the screen. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm out. Peace.